Well, I'm going to introduce myself first. I'm a working artist and have been all my life. I've been supporting myself through creative art since 1969. I've done all different kinds of things. For the last 23 years, I've been doing face and body art and creating costuming and hats and selling those. I love what I do. I love music the most. It inspires me. It heals me. It just keeps my spirit going. I have to say that 5 Points has really fed the energy that heals me with the music. From the very first time I came here, I felt so welcomed and so part of a family. I've met so many people here that have become really good friends and are like-minded people who are conscious about what's going on in the world and around us. I haven't always lived in Roanoke. I do now. I've lived in New York City and in California and spent many years in New York, and I live part-time in New Orleans, so I have a lot of music venues to compare. And I have to tell you, this is the best in terms of accessibility. It really is. There is another venue here, a theater venue, that has accessibility seating. They're very expensive. They don't give you help getting to your seat. The parking is difficult for a theater of 1,000 people or more. There are 3 parking spaces. So that's not the case here. And, you know, the ramp, the accessibility to the restroom. There's so many things that have been created here since I started first coming here, has been just wonderful for people who need help and aid. And I can't tell you how many times I've pulled up out back in the ADA parking space and there's been a member of staff back there. You need any help, Miss Sally? You know, right there for me. What do you need? I'd love to help you. And you don't find that anywhere else. You know, I do try to go to some other music places in Roanoke, but there's no access for people who are disabled. You got to go up steps. You can't go in the back door where it's level. There's no seating. It just goes on, and that's not the case here. You really are given a great location. You can reserve seating. The price is not so elevated over everything else that you can't come. And you feel safe. I feel very safe coming here. No one has ever tried to move me or make me go some else into another place. It's just been good. One of the challenges is to not be in the way, as you were saying, and letting people know that you're there and not to step on you, so to speak, because that happens. I would really like to see some elevated seating as a challenge to your accessibility for us, you know. If possible, I would really like to see that. We have a wonderful location now that's all our own, reserved for the ADA people, and that's wonderful. But if you ask for improvement, there's one place I could say that. And, you know, there's so many good things. It's really hard to point out anything that is not spot on. As an artist, I've felt a lot of support from 5 Points. I've been able to practice my art here, and you know, during Biscuit Hour and during other special programs, it's just been wonderful. I'm not the only artist that's supported here. Many artists, Christopher Cobb, you know, with these wonderful pieces you see here. The two artists from Art Rat Studio, Brian Culligan and Ralph Eaton. Wonderful, beautiful masks and sculptures and things like that have enhanced the productions here, the performances. You know, this is not just a music venue. This is a theater. There's storytelling here. There's comedy. There's so many things that are supported here. You could just go on and on. I made notes, and I'm not even looking at them, but because I was afraid I wouldn't be able to remember anything. But there's really a lot that goes on here. Poetry, the support of the artist, and the musicians is so important. I have to tell this story. This is the last thing I'll say. I was at a doctor appointment recently, a new thing, and after the nurse finished doing the interview and everything, she says, "I think I know you." She said, "Do you like the Dead Reckoning?" And I said, "You bet." And she said, "We've just recently started going to 5 Points, and I see you there." She said, I see you there all the time." I said, "It's family." I said, "It's a wonderful place. It's very welcoming." She said, "Yeah, everybody was so friendly to us." She said, "We met so many good people. We love the music." She said, "I'm so glad to meet you." She said, "It's just a very special place in Roanoke." And I kind of got cold chills thinking, wow, here's somebody that I don't even know, and she's telling me how it affects her life. So there it is. This place has done a lot for this community on so many levels, not just the hearing advocacy, but on so many levels that you can't even explain them all. I know y'all feel it.